I love you too. Here's part 2 of Disney Channel Secret Grotto read-along.
Those don't look like any merpearls I've seen.
Ariel smiled.
Oh, these?
Flounder chimed in.
I found them. I think they look pretty on Ariel. Anyway, all pearls come from the ocean, don't they?
Sebastian frowned, but continued with Ariel's lesson. Ariel whispered to Flounder.
That was a close one.
Later that afternoon, down in the sunken ship, Ariel and Flounder discovered a chamber they hadn't seen before.
Be careful, Ariel. That looks dark and creepy.
But Ariel wasn't afraid. She kicked her tail and swam in. Suddenly, the water surged up. A huge tentacle shot out of the blackness and wrapped itself around her. It was a giant octopus. The powerful arms squeezed the little mermaid and began pulling her deeper into the dark chamber. Ariel twisted in its grasp.
Let me go!
But the octopus only squeezed tighter. Flounder darted back and forth, but there was nothing he could do.
Ariel!
The little mermaid wriggled and managed to free her hands. Then she pushed against the tentacles with all her might and gave a mighty kick. She suddenly broke free. Ariel and Flounder swam away as fast as their tails could move them.
I better be more careful next time.
A few days later, Flounder found Ariel dreaming in her grotto.
Flounder, I've decided. I'm not going to wait until my 15th birthday. I'm going up to the surface today. But Ariel, you can't. It's not allowed. I don't care. I'm going. I have to see what it's like.
She swam resolutely to the grotto entrance.
You don't have to come.
Flounder swam after her in alarm.
Ariel, it's so dangerous. Come back.
But it was no use. She sped upward from the ocean bottom all the way to the bright turquoise water just below the waves. The sun had nearly set when Ariel and Flounder broke the surface of the water. The clouds were rosy pink, and along the horizon a band of gold sparkled and danced upon the sea.
Oh, Flounder. I never dreamed it would be so beautiful.
Suddenly, a flock of gulls wheeled towards them, spiraling and darting toward the sky. One of them winked as he went by, but Flounder quickly dove under the water and then came back up.
Wow, what were those? Oh, I don't know. Maybe fish that can fly. Look, Flounder, over there. Is that land?
Ariel dove and swam just under the surface towards the shore. When they were still a good distance away, she bobbed to the surface again.
Oh my gosh, it's a little boat.
As she watched, the boat came closer. She would be seen. She ducked back under the water and swam away, but just a little bit. This was her chance to find out more about the human world, and she wasn't going to lose it. A small boy and girl sat in a tiny rowboat, trailing their fingers in the water. Ariel looked up at them from beneath the waves. She was so close. Suddenly there was a splash.
Oh no, my dolly, I dropped it.
Ariel dove after the doll as it sank through the water. She caught it and hugged it to her.
Oh, so this is what humans look like.
She spun away from the boat in joy and didn't even notice that the boy had dropped a fishing net into the water. Ariel swam far below the boat, clutching the doll. She was safely out of sight even if the children looked down into the water. The little girl was still upset.
I've lost my doll.
The boy reached over the side of the boat.
Never mind that. I caught something.
Below the water's surface, Flounder was struggling.
Ariel! Ariel, help!
Flounder was caught in the net. Ariel didn't know what to do. The boy hauled up the net and the boat began to move away. Ariel let go of the doll and hurtled up toward the boat. But as she drew closer, the boy leaned over the side.
Oh, this is just a little guy.
He gently slipped Flounder into the water.
Back you go, fella.
Flounder wiggled his fins faster than ever and swam back to Ariel. His eyes were as big as sand dollars.
Did you see that? Oh, Flounder, I was so worried.
Ariel hugged her friend. Ariel watched the little boat floating away. She thought about how kind the humans had been to set Flounder free. Suddenly she streaked down through the water, snatched up the doll, and bobbed up to the surface again.
I wish I could keep this, but they were so nice. I ought to give it back. But how? I can't let them see me.
Need help, sweetie? It was the doll that had winked at her. I can fix it for you. He took the doll in his beak, flew over to the boat, and dropped it into the arms of the little girl. Just then, Sebastian popped to the surface.
Ariel, there you are. What are you doing up here, young lady? Oh, your father is gonna bust his scales when he finds out about this. This is terrible. What if a human saw you? You'd wind up on a hook for sure. You two come home with me this minute.
Ariel took one last look at the sky, filling her heart with its beauty.
All right, Sebastian. We'll come home now.
Then, just before they dove under the sea, she winked at Flounder.
But I'll be back.
The little mermaid promised herself this was just the beginning. Ariel knew Sebastian and her father must be wrong about the humans. She had seen for herself how kind they could be. She hoped someday, somehow, she would be part of their world.
Okay, now on to the song.
I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs curving wide, jumping, dancing, strolling along down a, what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. What would I do if I could live out of these waters? What would I pay to spend a day warm on the sand? Such a land, they understand that they don't reprimand their daughters. Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand, ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers. What's a fire and why does it, what's the word? Burn. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore the shore of the world? Let's see. Wish I could be part of that world.
Okay, that's the end of the story. See you in my next video. Peace. Oops. Peace.